Coming up in this episode, Atlas gets a major update with lithium battery setup.
How you feeling, Luke? You can't wipe the smile off your face, can you?
It's like a dream come true. It's incredible, really.
We hit a big hurdle.
Tried to put our new alternator on. It doesn't fit. And will we have success on the first turnover?
Sure.
Yeah.
How you feeling, Luke? You can't wipe the smile off your face, can you?
It's like a dream come true. It's incredible, really.
What have we got there then, Luke?
We've got a Balmer alternator, 70 amp.
Yep.
We got
Charge regulator.
charge regulator for the Balmer and temperature sensor. Then we got a battery monitor and two DC to DC and two shunts.
Fantastic, this isn't it?
Yeah, thank you, Tim, for the amazing donation.
This is going to just totally change the way we do everything on this boat. Oh, it's just absolutely amazing how to get all this in Atlas, get the Starlink up and running and the solar and everything. It's just going to be fantastic, isn't it?
Amazing. Before we start the install, I'm just going to go through briefly what we've been living with and why are we upgrading certain things. Currently what we got two lead acid 135 amp hours each, and they act as a house battery and starter battery at the same time. We got no designated starter battery, which you should really have. Charging that, we got a 40 amp alternator, an old 40 amp alternator, just charging the lead acid directly. The new setup, when we got given this amazing donation for lithium batteries, I started doing some research, and it turns out that a lot of people think you can get lithium batteries and just take the lead acid out and drop the lithium in and it'll just work fine, but that is not the case. With the old alternator, because lead acid have got quite a lot of resistance on, they don't let as much charge in, so the alternator's not working as fast. But if you drop lithium batteries in, because they've got very little resistance, if we use the old alternator, it will overwork because there's very little resistance going into the lithium. It will overwork and basically overheat, burn out very quickly. So our only option was to get a Balmer alternator. There's other alternators you can buy, you don't have to buy Balmer, with a voltage regulator and a temperature sensor, so it regulates the voltage on the alternator and the temperature on the batteries and the alternator, so it doesn't overwork and it doesn't overheat and burn itself out. Another thing, it's quite complicated. If we charge our lithium batteries via the alternator directly, that is not really a good idea, because the lithium battery's got a like a little chip and a little brain in there, and sometimes they just switch themselves off. And if they do switch themselves off mid-cycle, when you're putting like 60 amps into the lithium batteries, the charge and the amps in the alternator will have nowhere to go and it'll damage your alternator. So the only safe way of doing it, and it's the best way of doing it, is to have two lithium batteries which are 135 amp hour each, and then we're going to have a separate starter battery. So what you do, you connect your alternator via a voltage regulator to your lead acid and you charge that, and then from the lead acid you got wires running to two DC to DC 30 amps each, and then that'll put 60 amps into the lithium, if that makes sense. By having the power go through the lead acid and then go to the DC, and then from the DC to the lithium, if the lithium do shut themselves off all of a sudden, then the power will still be going to the lead acid and the DC, and it won't damage the alternator. And that is why we're doing our setup. And here is a wiring diagram of the setup we're going to have. Hopefully I've explained that right.
Thank you very much, Tim. for all your amazing help to get this boat lithiumed up.
Yeah, if it wasn't for your incredibly generous donation, none of this would have been possible, and we just thank you so much for your generosity. Thank you.
Thank you, Tim. Thank you so much, buddy. The first job is we just unbolted the alternator, and we're just going to check all the connections on the back to make sure the new alternator is going to fit in its place and everything's okay with that. So if that doesn't work, then we can't really go ahead with anything else.
And we're going to have amazing help of Phil.
Yeah.
Who's helping us? The cheese person.
We'll try and film as much as we can the process, but there's not a lot of room down there, so we'll see.
Good luck. If you have any excess, drop them in here as you go back.
Yeah, just toss them aboard. All donations gratefully accepted.
Deedly doodly.
Look at this. Oh, so nice. So exciting.
It's very exciting.
Like a dream come true. Just a quick update. What Phil's doing is he's just tracing all the wires, taking all the old bits of system out. We tried the new lithium batteries in our battery box and they seem to fit in nice, so that's good. It's gradually getting more messy on the boat, but that's just normal when work happens. We're going to put the alternator on and connect all that up, and we got an alternator, a Balmer regulator, voltage regulator to keep an eye on the alternator. We just had a spanner and it works. A little bit disappointing. We tried to put our new alternator on. It doesn't fit. So
the alternator doesn't fit because the spacer is too small, causing the alternator to sit too far back, touching the engine and possibly causing a short.
yeah, that's it really. It just doesn't fit on the engine. It needs another spacer there. So we're going to go back to Keith's house now, and we're going to use the internet and have a look on the website and try and come up with some ideas.
So we're having problems, as you know, getting the alternator to fit, so we're going to make it fit.
100. See, there's your 75.
Okay.
We're only gonna, we want about that much. What do we say? We reckon we needed just under an inch.
About an inch, yeah.
It'd be terrible if we were one short.
Yeah, that'll do.
And
There's
more
spacers.
spacers. Because when we bought the alternator, we should have bought a 2.5 inch with a 2.5 inch spacer, wasn't it? Or
Yeah,
3 inch
instead
spacer.
of-
It needed a 3.5, wasn't it? Or 3
No,
inch?
3.1, I think. I don't know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
needed an extra, just under an inch.
Yeah.
Day 2 today of the lithium install.
And you may as well.
I'll put the spring washer on. I'll put it on this side.
Yeah, no, we need on the other.
So we had a problem with our alternator yesterday. It was set too far back. We had this spacer in here, and it was too far back, so the back of the alternator was catching the engine. So what we have done, this is how we have done it. We can easily modify it in the future. We've put stainless steel washers there, well, 4 stainless steel washers and 2 on that side, that way. And then we've also modified this, well, Phil modified this as well and bent it out a bit so it meets the alternator like that. The most important thing on alternator is to have the belt straight to the flywheel, so you're not going to have a side rubbing on the alternator belt. Also, what we need to do, probably explained it in the other video, this needs to come up to put tension on the belt, so we need to cut a hole, a divot in this wood, but it's quite thick anyway, so if we get about a centimetre gap in that, because when the engine is on an idle it wobbles back and forth, and we don't want the alternator catching the wood on the side.
finished that yet?
Really? Do you think of that? There's quite a large gap in there.
There's quite a good lot of space there, yeah.
Yeah. That's held up really tight, that is.
What do you reckon you've got there?
So this is how the alternator's going to go in place. Alternator's going to go up like that, and as you can see, we've got at least 1.5 centimetres of gap between that and the wood. Hopefully that'll be enough for the vibration. The white and the beautiful red, or the beautiful red and the beautiful white. It looks like a sporty engine, like a Golf GTI.
Yeah, it still goes in, so that's okay.
Lid will go on there, won't it? Look, fit there. Yeah, lid will go on.
Yeah, because we've got a few wires that we're going to have to run. We've still got to run. We've got the earth, but we've still got to run the positive through.
Yep.
And then we've got to run the charging cable through there as well.
Okay, yeah.
Then we've got to run the wires from the DC to DC onto here. We'll stick the buzz bars on the other side there for everything to connect to. So those wires will run from there and through. So they'll go out and through from here back into there.
Got 2 of these, 30 amp each. And they smell delicious. They smell so nice, so brand new, and oh god, no, it's so heavy. It's quality stuff right here. So Adam's just fitting the DC to DC things. So also getting installed, we're going to put these 2 bus bars. One's going to be a positive and one is going to be a negative bus bar. Phil calls them buzz bars, but we call them bus bars for some reason. You saw our battery setup before. We had loads of positive wires going to all the Pt2 positive terminals of the battery, and the same with the negative terminals of the battery. But this time, better cable management, we're going to have all the positive going to one bus bar and all the negatives going to the other bus bar. Also, what we're going to install is this 500 amp shunt Victron battery monitor, and this, you put one negative here and one negative there, so you have all the negative going into this one, and then you have all the negative going out of that one, and it measures the amperage and the battery's percentage between these 2 bits, and they send the information to the LCD battery monitor. Hopefully I'm explaining all this right. I'm not a professional by any means with electricity or electrical setup, and I'm pretty much learning this as I'm going along through Phil's mind, because he's good with electrics. He's done it before, so if I got anything wrong, you'll have to forgive me. Gonna put a lug on this. This is the earthing cable for the engine. It's gonna go on the side of the engine, and this side is gonna go, yeah. Where's the other side gonna go, this?
To the negative on the starter battery.
Right, okay then, yeah. Of course it is, yeah. And then the other positive wire will go from the starter on the engine to the positive side on the
battery switch.
Yeah.
Learning a lot today.
Okay.
Can you pass me the heat shrink packet there, please, Luke?
This is very posh.
It is. So this is a hydraulic crimping tool.
We just used to use a hammer.
Yes.
Yeah, you can too.
Not really ideal, is it?
All good, harder.
Yeah.
Push it in. It's got some power.
Yeah.
Wow, look at that.
Alright.
Let's put it into a good, cool shape.
Good stuff.
It's so pretty. So just put the 2 grounding wires on the engine block. Oh yeah. Done. It's that easy. Yeah, it didn't just take 20 minutes. It took 2 seconds.
That's heaven.
Nice, is it? Where do we get these from, Ed?
Our neighbours came round with cake for us. Where we're staying.
How amazing is that? Oh.
You can't buy this sort of fudge in a shop. It has to be homemade.
Would you say it's delicious? And then just moving some of this wire, and this is to the old battery monitor. I'm taking it out.
Yeah.
Is that moving?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, I'm going to cut that off then and then pull it through.
There you go. And the other one. Save a couple of bit of weight off the boat.
We're off on a little road trip. We're going to Whangarei,
Whangarei.
whatever you want to call it. We're going to get some wires and other bits and pieces.
Yeah. And then tomorrow we'll finish off the job and it'll sure be sorted.
Hopefully.
Fingers crossed, everything will be working, eh?
Hello all, it's currently 4 AM and I've been awake for about half an hour. I'm too excited to sleep because it's the final install on the boat today with the electrics, and everything should be switched on, the lithium batteries and the battery monitor and the alternator and stuff. I'm just too excited to sleep. I can't sleep and I'm feeling tired, but I just can't get to sleep. It's been waiting for this day for a long time. Yeah. Tim made the donation for the lithium battery and everything, the setup, all the way back in Panama. That's been a long time. I'm just super glad. I just feel really blessed to have this life I got now. And I won't change and just carry on sailing. Sailing, that's where all the fun is. That's what it's all about.
So it's the morning of day 3 and today we should be getting everything completed. Fingers crossed. Luke's already hard at work. Phil's outside on his phone as usual. Hey, joking. Yesterday we went to the shops and bought more stuff. Some more lugs, stainless steel screws, circuit breaker, cable, all sorts of goodies. We're just going to wire everything up today.
What we are doing right now is we're just wiring up the alternator to the lead acid battery.
Delicious.
Delicious lead acid battery.
This. If you can break one of those, I'll give you $100.
I'd smash it up.
That's not camera at all.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
We won't say anything funny now, will we?
We've employed a cameraman.
Yeah, you can blame the cameraman.
We've gone up in the world, Luke.
Yeah, we have.
So what did you say this was? The Crazy Brothers?
We're the Crazy Brothers.
Yeah. My name's Luke.
My name's Adam.
Nice to meet you. Wired the engine, starter and alternator to this lead acid leisure battery, and it works. both there, and then the engine light is on.
Yeah. Okay. So the alternator is working, charging our lead acid battery. Beautiful. Let's some land. Yeah.
Yeah! Woo! Okay, isn't it?
It's miles off. Don't
Yeah.
put your finger in there, mate. But having said that, don't leave it idling like that for too long. Always bring them up.
So now we got our lead acid in place. We have got 2 DC to DC chargers, 30 amps each, and we're going to run a cable from the lead acid to the DC chargers. Phil has left us for the time being. He's gone into town to get some stuff, and he left us to work on our own. He's given us instructions, so we should be okay. Just swap the lithium, that's our lead acid for the starter, and there's our lithium.
So we're going to link these.
Linking these batteries up in parallel, and it's very vitally important that the negative and the positive are exactly the same length when you're linking the batteries. So there, it's well long enough.
Yeah, that's right. Cut another one that same length as that. Put lugs on them. Got lugs for them, haven't we?
I'm just about to blow the batteries up. Negative first.
Yeah. So what we're going to do now is link the batteries so they'll be in parallel. The 2 lithiums.
Perfectly balanced with each other because they're linked parallel, and they're going to go big massive stick cables to the shunt, and the shunt is going to be linked to the battery monitor, so all the power negative side will go through the shunt, and you'll be able to see the ampage coming out, and then they'll all go to bus bars, negative and positive bus bars, and everything will be connected to negative and positive bus bars.
Yeah.
Okay, do the same again.
What about our...
We're just connecting things up now, aren't we?
It's dark.
Connecting
about
that.
7, I guess.
Got the charge controller going.
Thursday, Friday, day 4. Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Yeah, day 4. Yeah, it's 4 days now. Pretty much completed everything. There's lithiums. There's lead acid. Controller. 2 DC to DC chargers. We got a shunt, and we got 2 bus bars. All this, yes, it needs tidying up. Need to do some cable tidying and stuff like that. Only thing we got left to fit now is the
33.
battery monitor.
33 knots.
Battery monitor's going to go up here. We've got a few things to sort out by there. Action!
First time we're going to test our thing. We got the smart solar in. This is running, bringing 45 amps. The smart thing, we're just bringing in 2.2 amps. Then the 2 DC, 30 amps each, and we're going to start the engine and see if it all works. The lead acid should get up to 14 volts, and that will trigger the DC to DC, which are in here.
Yep.
To then start putting maximum charge in here, because I believe these batteries are about 78% full. Let's see if it works. I am really nervous. The belt is quite tight. Nervous, you?
Yeah, I am nervous. Yeah.
I'm gonna go outside and get some gas.
Bearing in mind, before you put it in the comments, I know it's a mess down there. We are going to be sorting out all these wires and making it really, really nice and pucker.
Yes. Oh yeah, it's not nowhere near finished.
No.
This is just the test. When you next see it, we'll do a video when it's all sorted. I know it looks like a jumble mess.
Ready?
Yeah.
I'm going to start the engine.
Okay. Okay. On in.
Sure?
Yeah.
Now the alternator is working now. Basically charging the lithium now, aren't we?
Yeah.
Because the lead acid's fully charged.
Yeah. So we got 58, 59 amps going through there, 62 amps if I put some more throttle down. 64 now. Yeah! Oh, nice, isn't it? Thank you, Phil. For all your help. Woo! Phil's not here. No. Look at this. I've got a brand new fitted sheet.
Well done, Luke.
How wonderful is this? My dreams have come true. And if you look behind you, there's a Starlink system sitting in the cockpit.
Starlink there.
Thank you very much, Tim. It says one online. Should we do a speed test? Speed test, please. Let's see how slow our internet is. Loading targets. What does that mean?
Satellite dishes.
Here we go. 96 megabytes a second.
Just to let you know, we moved from the private dock over there where we were on, just across the way here to this anchorage just to finish up. We're putting everything away. We're officially back on board the boat. It's going to be our first night tonight back on board the boat after spending 2 weeks in the house. Just over 2 weeks.
It's beautiful.
Just getting used to all this new batteries and that battery monitor we put in. Here it is there. Isn't that lovely? Luke's putting his bed in there. Oh, it's still an absolute mess out here, stuff everywhere. But we were right over there in that marina, or on a dock over there, and it's just moved over here. Bit windy today. We're anchored. I think the plan is to spend probably tomorrow here fiddling with the electrics and stuff, go for the run, and then we'll start making our way down the coast.
Just getting into this bay now, and the wind has really picked up. Adam was right about the wind. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe and share. It really helps us out.
A huge thank you to all our amazing, incredible, supportive patrons for making these episodes possible. Without you, we would not be on this huge adventure.